Hey guys, it's Angelo Christian coming to you today. Another episode of Influencers. I'm going to try to be the influencer today and talk about some of my daily rituals that help me to kind of get my day going and have really helped me to kind of build my success in my life and get me ready, because you have to get yourself psychologically ready to conquer the day. Okay, if you're gonna win and do well in life, and so it all starts with the mind. Everything is in the mind, and so wealth or poverty, it all starts, in your brain, and you have to, prime yourself. I believe on a daily basis, just like how you brush your teeth daily. You take a shower daily. Hopefully, you want to get your mind ready every single day, and I believe that it's going to come down to your habits and rituals that you do. So I want to share these things with you because it may help you. Because if you're not doing certain rituals or things on a daily basis, whether you're conscious of it or not, it affects your life. So it's very important that if you want to design your life and live the life that you want to live, that you shape it within the framework of those rituals or habits. And so, so the first thing that I do when I wake up in the morning is, obviously the first initial thoughts could be thoughts of being tired or exhaustion. I normally work about 16 hours plus every day, probably about 12 hours on Sunday maybe. So I put in probably, I don't know how many hours is that, Chris? 16, 60, 110 hours, 120 hours a week probably is what I normally put into work. That my brain is being used towards some type of business creation. And so, there are feelings of exhaustion and tired. And so, so the thing is that I'll have to remember in the morning. I'll start asking myself quickly, questions of gratitude. Who do I love? What am I excited about? Visions of the future, and I'll start to be, just be in a happy place quickly about, what am I building? What's the vision? What's the goal? And I'll think about my kids. I'll think about my life and that how proud I am and privileged I am. I'm healthy. I'm young. And I'm building something I believe that is great, and that makes me feel good, and that, why am I alive and what am I doing? And so feelings of that, and then I'll quickly, submerge myself in ice cold water. I know Tony Robbins does a cold plunge. I don't have a cold plunge, a pool bath in my house, so I have an ice bucket, and I'll submerge myself in that. Because I believe that, like he says, that we do have a lot of inflammation, and you need to quickly, shock yourself to wake yourself up. And so I'm a firm believer. My wife doesn't like that I have this bucket there. It's ice water that sits in the fridge, but I don't care. I like it, and it helps me a lot. It makes me feel really good. And I'll jam to some music. This is like 6 o'clock in the morning. I'll try to jam to some upbeat, positive music. I grew up in the '80s. So, stuff like LaBouche or something that's, could be inspirational, like Rocky music. Rocky is my one movie that changed my life. So I'll listen to something like that, and then I'll have like a energy drink, like a B12, with a vitamin C and maybe like a Monster stack with ice, and make a smoothie. And then from there, I'll run. I normally run 5 miles a day. I'll do my running. I believe that it's very important right in the morning to start doing some type of exercise. And so my goal Monday through Friday is to do 5 miles on the treadmill. And while I'm on the treadmill, I want to be learning something, gathering content that's very, very powerful. So like right now, I'm reading Phil Knight, Shoe Dog, the founder of Nike, and I'm going through that book. And I'm also rereading, Grant Cardone on the Closer Survival Guide. The 7th time I'm reading his book, because I just think it's one of the best closing books of all time. And so I'll do both of those. I'll do, 45 minutes of Shoe Dog now, then I'll switch over to do a half hour of Cardone. Okay, so I'm doing this every single day, and I try to get through, usually 3 books or so a month. Sometimes more, to spend on how much time I have. I'm putting a lot more time in work right now, so I'm not reading as much as I want to, but I'm still trying to read for at least an hour to 2 hours a day. More on the weekend. On the weekend, I'll try to do 7 to 8 miles a day, and then I'll get ready for the day. I'll come to work, and then I'll grind it out at work, usually for about 13, 14 hours straight. I'll take a little bit of a break during the day. I'll take a power nap, 15 minutes rest, usually around 3 o'clock, and kind of recharge. I'm making sure that I'm eating very clean during the day, a lot of water, usually at least a gallon plus of water a day, and eating very like raw vegetables, chicken breast, stuff like that. Nothing with heavy carbs. I'll have protein shakes or a protein bar. I'll mix that in with the raw vegetables and the chicken breast, and then I just stay away from any sugar, or any type of high carb or simple carbs. I lay off all that stuff. No fruit, because I don't want anything to affect my blood sugar levels or affect my state. I'm real big about state management, and I'm really trying to. I do a lot of incantations to get my mind right before I come to work, because I'm dealing, in a fast-paced sales environment, where we're trying to, help as many people as possible, and you have to have very high energy level. Like right now, it's almost 7 o'clock here in Houston. I'll get back and pound it out till midnight tonight, and so I got to keep my state up and make sure my energy's up there. So I've had a few protein shakes today, and they're very lean protein, no sugar, and some coffee. I have a couple cups of coffee. Sometimes I'll have some oatmeal in the morning. Now on the weekend, I'll have cheat meals. Like, I love donuts, or I love, pizza or whatever, Chinese food. I'll do that on the weekend, or maybe, like I said, dessert or ice cream. But that's like, maybe 15% of the time, maybe 20% of the time out of the week, just on 1 or 2 days. 80 to 85% of the time, I'm very strict, with my diet and doing a lot of cardio. And so making sure that I'm also learning too, because it's very important that I'm learning. And then I'm also paying very close attention to my business to make sure that my business is successful. And then I'm always, one thing I think is extremely important to do, is to meditate or look back to make sure that your actions are in alignment with what you're going after. So, okay, I'm doing all this stuff. Okay, am I in alignment with my vision or my goals? So I think that that's extremely important, that you do that as much as possible, because you don't want to be going down the wrong path. You want to be going down the path of your mentors and what your mentors are showing you what you need to do. And so, right now I'm really focused on, making sure my business is very successful. So a lot of my energy is going on that, or building out the show, to make sure that we're creating great content to bring to all you guys that are watching, so you guys enjoy, watching the show. So that's where a lot of my focus is right now. And so I have to make sure that the things I'm doing are in alignment. So if you are wondering, okay, for you have to do that check and balance with yourself. Okay, is what I'm doing, is that taking me to my end where I want to go? And if it's not, change it. If you're overeating, if you're over drinking, if you're not making the income that you need to be making where you're at, if you don't have the right learning, you got to change it and turn it around. Otherwise, you're gonna be up shit creek, and you're gonna have a problem 5 years from now. And so you gotta get in front of these things now, so that way you don't have an issue later on. And so it's all about being proactive and getting in front of things, so that way you always stay ahead. And you really got to have that mindset that you leave no stone unturned. And you have to be very disciplined and know how to control your mind. And you do that by reframing the way you look at things. Get excited about exercising. Get excited about, grinding out and working really hard. It's not a negative. It's not a waste of life. A waste of life is you not accumulating anything or mounting anything. That's a waste of life. That's a scare. Okay. But you need to do something with your life. You just can't drift off and not become anything. You need to grab a hold of it and do something with it. And so, so this is what's really helped me. And I hope that, for you, and it may not be the same type of rituals, but incorporate something and create a great regimen, a great habit, and make sure that it's in alignment with the way. If you want to be thin, then you got to think thin and do things like a thin person. Go find what that thin person does. If you want to be rich, find out how that person got rich and model. It's very simple. So, so anyway, this is what I do with my rituals. Hopefully it helps you with your life. And if you ever have any questions, email me, or you can call me or send me a text. I'd be happy to talk to you about it more, on different rituals that help me. You can always check us out on my Facebook is Angelo Christian Mortgage. The Instagram is Angelo Christian Mortgages plural. My Twitter handle is Angelo Christian Lending. Or check me out on the web, angelochristianmortgage.com. Love to help you in any way I can. I hope that this helped you, and anyone that you know, share this video or follow us on Facebook. We really love to spread the word and build our network. So anyway, we'll be back next week with another episode of Influencers, and we'll talk to you then. So take care and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.